Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this video, we have some examples how to show the expression is a solution to the differential equation. Example number 1, I want to show y equal to x raised to negative 3 over 2 is a solution to this differential equation. See, differential equation here, we need y prime and y double prime. This is y, a solution. So to show this is a solution, we have to replace y is the same y prime. Now we have to find first y prime. So this is the y, and the y prime is equal to negative 3 over 2 x raised to minus 1, negative 5 over 2. Why? Because if I have y equal to k constant x to the power n, so the y prime is y prime equal to, see, n times k, kn, x raised to n minus 1. So here we have k is 1. Here there's no k, I mean 1. This is 1. So then negative 3 over 2 times 1, negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2 minus 1, minus 1. So it'll be negative 5 over 2, negative 5 over 2. Because minus 2 over 2. Then we need also y double prime. Now again, the derivative, the second derivative. Now k is negative 3 over 2. So look at the rule, n by k, n negative 5 over 2 times negative 3 over 2. Now this one times this one. So what will be? Here we have 15 over 4, x to the power negative 5 over 2, see the rule, minus 1, power minus 1. So negative 5 over 2 minus 1, negative 2 over 2, it means 7 over 2. Now, we have to write this one. I have here, see, this is the equation. You have 4x squared times y double prime. Y double prime is 15 over 4, x to the power negative 7 over 2. Now this is 4xy squared is the first here. Now this represents the first one, plus, okay, plus, now the second one, 12x y prime. So the y prime, this is the y prime. This is the y prime. Okay, this is the y prime. So y prime is negative 3 over 2, x to the power negative 5 over 2. Now what you have, the second term, 12xy prime. Now this one, 12xy prime, 12xy prime, plus, okay, plus 3y, plus 3y, 3y. What is the y? This is the y given, which is, we have to show this one is the solution. This is the y. So y is x to the power negative 3 over 2. Now we have to simplify. See, to simplify this one, here what I have, see, multiplication, 4 with 4 cancel will be 1. X squared times x to the power negative 7 over 2. So first you have 15, and x to the power, you have to add the exponent. So you have 2 plus negative 7 over 2. If we add this one, will be 2 over 2 means 4. So the sum will be negative 3 over 2. See, 2 plus negative 7 over 2. What will be negative 3 over 2, the sum? Because multiplication, you have to add the exponent. Okay, this one, which is clear. A plus now, it's 2 with 12 will be 6 times negative 3 times negative 3 here I have, that is mean here I have minus now. This one will be minus. Okay, so now this one is minus. Minus, what minus? 6 by 3, 18. X, I have, this is x power 1 times x power negative 5 over 2. We have to add the exponent. 1 plus negative 5 over 2 will be negative 3 over 2. So that is mean I have now x raised to the power, again, this is 1 here, plus negative 5 over 2, which is minus 3 over 2. A plus, what the plus? A plus 3x negative 3 over 2. If we look at here now, this one, see, now what I have, 15 x power negative 3 over 2 minus 18 will be minus 3 x to the power negative 3 over 2 plus 3 x to the power negative 3 over 2. Now this one both, if we add them, will be negative 3 over 2 plus. So that is mean equal to what? Equal to 0. Very clear. Now this one, that's not the same, opposite sign. So equal to what? To 0. That is mean now this one is a solution. Why? Because if we substitute, what you get 0. The answer is 0. So this is example number one. This example number one. Now example number two. Example number two. Now I have here y equal e to the power negative x over 2. To find the derivative, see first, what is the, to show this a solution, what is the derivative if I have e power u? What is the derivative? The derivative e to power u is the same multiplied by the derivative of the exponent. Now, here I have, this is the y. I want to show this a solution. What is the y prime? See, the y prime equal to e is the same times the derivative. The derivative what? Negative x over 2. Yani mean negative half x. So what the derivative is? 1. And this negative half will be negative times 1, negative half. So it will be negative half e to the power. So the derivative of e is the same e multiplied by the derivative of the power, which is negative half. Now, the function is, we have here 2y prime plus y equal to 2y prime, the y prime is negative half, e negative x over 2 plus y, this is the y, which is y is e negative x over 2 equal to. See now, here what you have, we have 2 with negative 2 is 1, and this negative will be negative, the answer, negative x over 2 plus e negative x over 2, which is equal to 0. Clear, very clear. This one and this one equal to 0. So what will be, this one is a solution of this differential equation, because equal to 0 if you substitute. Now, another example here I have. And I want to show this one, the y equal c1 cosine 4x plus c2 cosine 4x is a solution to this differential equation. Again, we need y double prime. Okay, y double prime. So what is the y? This is the y first. Y prime. What is the y prime? Y prime. The derivative of cosine is minus sine multiplied by the derivative of 4x is 4. And minus 4 c1 sine 4xy, because the derivative of cosine, negative sine multiplied by the derivative of the angle 4x, which is 4. The sine, the derivative of sine is cosine multiplied by the derivative of angle, which is 4. So now what do you have? We have 4 cosine. So before c2 cosine 4x. This is the derivative of sine 4x, 4 cosine. Now we need y double prime. So the y double prime is equal to the derivative of sine is cosine, and multiply the derivative of 4x is 4, so it will be negative 16 c1 cosine 4x. And the derivative of cosine minus sine, so it will be minus, and the derivative of 4x is 4, so it will be 16, because there is 4, c2 sine 4x. So this is the second derivative. Now, y double prime, see now, y double prime, I have here y double prime plus 16 y equal to, y double prime is negative 16 c1 cosine 4x minus 16 c2 sine 4x, sine 4x, a plus 16y, a plus 16y. What is the y? The y given, this is the y. So this is the y, c1 cosine 4x plus c2 sine 4x. Okay, c1, so I have here c1 will be 16 by c1, 16 c1 cosine 4x plus 16 times c2 sine 4x. Now equal to, equal what? C equal to. Now we have to simplify. If you look at here, negative 16 c1 cosine 4x, this one, and I have here a plus 16. I have here plus 16 c1 cosine 4x. So that's mean this one, but this one 0, because this 16, this negative 16. And the same here, I have this one negative 16 c2 sine 4x and the plus 16 c2 sine x. So this one and this one 0. So the answer is equal to 0. That is mean now I have c1 cosine 4x plus c2 sine 4x is a solution to this differential. Why? Because the equal to 0. The derivative here is the second plus 16y is equal to 0. Example number 4. Example now I want to show this one is a solution. So here I need y prime. So now this one, e cosine 2x. We have product rule. What was the product rule? So if we have two functions, a multiplication product, what is the derivative? The derivative is the first times the derivative of the second v prime plus you write the second one times the derivative of the first one. So now the derivative of this one, the y prime equal to, so the y prime equal to what? The derivative of e cosine. There first you have e3x times the derivative of cosine is sine, negative sine 2x, negative sine 2x times the derivative of 2x. The derivative of 2x is 2, so it'll be negative 2 sine 2x. This one, the derivative. Plus, what the plus? The second one, that is the second one, cosine 2x. Look at the rule, plus the second one, v. So now this is v, or this is u. This represents u, this represents v. So now the second one is cosine 2x times the derivative of the first one, or the derivative of e. The derivative of e, again, e is the same as in the previous example, multiplied by the derivative of 3x is 3. Now that is mean this one is equal to minus 2e3x sine 2x and 3 by this one, plus 3 cosine 2x. Oh, we have to write the e is better. We'll better write e before cosine, because this one e. So 3, I have here e 3x cosine 2x. Now this is the y prime. The second, now what is the y double prime? We have to find the y double. Now again, see, this is e the first, the derivative of cosine is minus sine, the derivative of angle 2, and the second one cosine 2x, the derivative of e, the derivative of the power is 3. Now the second derivative. Okay, now derivative again. So y double prime. I have to find y double prime equal to. Now again, this each one is represent the product rule. The first minus 2 e3x. The derivative of sine is cosine 2x multiplied by the derivative of 2x is 2. Plus the second one sine 2x. This is the u represent here, and this represent v. Look at the rule, u times v. Okay, u times v. Okay, now the second one sine 2x times the derivative of the first one, the derivative of e is the e the same minus 2 e the same times the derivative of the angle, the derivative of the power 3. The derivative of the power so will be 3 e3x. Okay, so now this is the derivative, and that is mean this will be here minus 6, and this one will be minus 6 really, minus 6 e3x sine 2x. See, always you have to write e before sine or cosine. So 3 by negative 2 is minus 6. And this one, 2 by negative 2 is negative 4 e3x cosine 2x. Now, this one is represent the derivative of what? Of the first one. Now, what about the derivative of this one? Again, product rule. A plus. The first one is 3 e3x times the derivative of cosine 2x, which is minus sine. Multiply the derivative of 2x, so the derivative of 2x is 2. So the derivative of cosine sine, multiply the derivative of the angle, 2. Okay, a plus. What a plus now? The second one is cosine 2x. And the first one, which is 3 e3x. So the derivative of 3 e3x, e3 the same. The derivative of the 3x is 3, so it'll be times the 3. But I have here the 3, so it'll be 9. So it'll be 9. I have to write it direct, 9 e3x. So that is minimum. Minus will be minus 6, 2 by 3, 6, e3x sine 2x and this 9, so it'll be plus 9 e3x. You have to write the number first and the e second, and then the cosine 2x. Now look at this one. This is what the y double prime. So this y double prime minus 6y prime. Now we have y double prime, this y double prime. Let us write it again. I have the equation is y double prime minus 6y prime plus 13y equal to. So it'll be 5e 3x cosine 2x, and I have here minus 6 and e3 sine 2x, and minus 6 will be minus 12 e 3x sine 2x. Okay, then this y, so this y double prime. What about y prime? The y prime is, this is the y prime, minus 2 e3x. So y prime, I have here now minus 6 multiplied by minus 6 y prime. So the y prime is minus 2 e3x sine 2x and plus 3 e3x cosine 2x cosine 2x plus 13y plus, okay, plus 13y. So plus 13y. What is the y? Look at here. The y given from the beginning. See the y. The y is e3x cosine 2x. e3x cosine 2x. e3x cosine 2x. Now, equal to, this one equal to 5 e3x cosine 2x minus 12 e3x sine 2x and negative positive plus 12 e3x sine 2x negative 6 by 3 negative 18 e3x cosine 2x plus 13 e3x cosine 2x. Now, see, look at the cosine, e cosine. Now this one e cosine, it is 5. And here I have e cosine, okay, which is negative 18, and which is minus 13. And this one is 3 cosine, so it'll be 0. 13 minus 18, negative 5, plus 5 is 0. Then look at here, e sine and e sine. This one negative 12, and this one plus 12, 0. So the answer is equal to 0. That is mean the y equal e3x cosine 2x, y equal e3x cosine 2x is a solution to this differential equation.